Developing a warrior mindset isn't about fighting physical battles or taking on the world. It's about mastering yourself, building mental strength, and developing the discipline to keep going when things get tough. It's about pushing past your limits and doing what needs to be done, even when you feel like giving up. The warrior mindset is about resilience, focus, and determination, those qualities that help you tackle life's toughest challenges head-on. This audiobook is going to show you exactly how to tap into that inner strength you already have and use it to build a life that's full of purpose, power, and progress. You're going to learn how to stay strong when everything around you feels like it's falling apart, how to keep your focus sharp when distractions are everywhere, and how to turn obstacles into stepping stones. By the end of this, you'll understand what it really means to develop a warrior mindset and how it can completely change the way you approach every single day. So stay with me through this audiobook, because if you're ready to take control of your mind, push past your limits, and develop the kind of mental toughness that will set you apart, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and unlock the true power of your warrior mindset. Chapter 1. The Power of a Warrior Mindset. If you want to unlock your potential and become unstoppable, the first thing you need is a warrior mindset. This is the mindset that will push you forward even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It's the strength that will make you rise from the ground every time life knocks you down. You might be thinking, I'm not a warrior, but I'll tell you this, every single person has the capacity to develop this mindset. It's about mental toughness, focus, and determination. It's about refusing to quit, no matter how tough it gets. Now, don't get me wrong, life can be tough. There will be days when things don't go your way, when you face challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But here's the thing, if you adopt the warrior mindset, you won't let those things define you. You'll understand that setbacks are part of the journey, not the end of it. Warriors don't quit in the face of adversity, they rise above it. The warrior mindset is about how you respond to challenges, how you control your thoughts, and how you refuse to back down from the fight. When you look at any successful person, you'll see that their success wasn't a result of smooth sailing. No, they faced their battles, they fought their wars, and they never gave up. They were able to do that because they had a mindset that said, I will keep going no matter what. And that's exactly what you need to adopt today. It all starts with understanding that your mind is your greatest asset. The way you think shapes everything. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something, that's what you'll believe. If you keep thinking that success is for someone else, you'll keep finding reasons why it's out of reach for you. But if you change the way you think, if you adopt a warrior mindset, everything begins to shift. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, you'll start thinking, I will do this. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, you'll start thinking, this is an opportunity to grow. When you choose to develop a warrior mindset, you're choosing to be in control, you're choosing to take responsibility for your own life. You're not waiting for someone else to save you or for the world to make things easier. You're taking action, and you're doing it with the full understanding that success requires effort, sacrifice, and perseverance. There's no magic trick, it's just relentless, daily work. Think about the times in your life when you faced a challenge. Maybe it was a tough job, a difficult relationship, or a personal struggle. How did you respond? Did you back down, or did you rise to the occasion? If you found yourself struggling, that's okay. The warrior mindset isn't about being perfect, it's about how you bounce back. It's about getting up every time you fall and saying, I'm not giving up. Let me tell you something powerful. Your biggest enemy is not the challenges you face, but the thoughts you entertain. It's the negative self-talk that tells you you're not good enough or you'll never make it. These are the thoughts that can hold you back from achieving greatness. But here's the thing, you get to control those thoughts. You have the power to change them. When you choose to take control of your mind, you choose to take control of your destiny. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Jim, I've tried before and failed. We've all been there. Failure isn't the end. Failure is a lesson. It's the moment when you learn what doesn't work so that you can find what does. If you fall down, get back up. Warriors don't see failure as defeat. They see it as part of the journey. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get better. The most successful people have failed more times than they can count. What sets them apart is that they kept going. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. It's time for you to change the way you see failure. Instead of letting it stop you, use it as fuel to propel you forward. When you develop a warrior mindset, failure becomes just another stepping stone on the path to success. It's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. You've got to make the decision to become the person you were always meant to be. And that person isn't afraid of the struggle. That person isn't afraid of the hard work. That person is ready to step up and do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. This is the mindset of a warrior, to face every obstacle with courage, to push through the tough times with grit, and to come out stronger on the other side. Understand that developing a warrior mindset isn't about waiting for things to get easier. It's about learning to thrive in the challenges, to embrace them as opportunities, and to rise to the occasion every single time. The warrior mindset isn't something you just talk about, it's something you live by every day. It's about showing up for yourself, giving your best effort, and never backing down from the fight. Now, let's talk about resilience. This is one of the most important qualities of a warrior. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's the ability to stay strong, even when life is throwing everything it has at you. And this is something that you can develop. Resilience doesn't come from being born with it, it comes from experience. It comes from putting yourself in tough situations and learning how to handle them. The more you face adversity and rise from it, the more resilient you become. Think about the challenges in your life that have already shaped you. Maybe you didn't handle them perfectly, but you survived. You're here today. That means you have the ability to overcome, to adapt, and to keep moving forward. You have the strength inside you to face anything that comes your way. You just need to recognize it and tap into it. I'm going to tell you right now, you're stronger than you think. You have the power to accomplish far more than you've ever dreamed. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you can't do it. Once you change that belief, everything changes. When you develop the warrior mindset, you start to see every obstacle as an opportunity. You start to see failure as a lesson. You start to believe in your own ability to overcome anything life throws at you. This is the power of a warrior mindset. It's not just a way of thinking, it's a way of living. It's about deciding that no matter what happens, you'll keep fighting. It's about understanding that every setback is temporary and that your future is filled with limitless possibilities. You just need to decide to take that first step. You need to make the choice to step into the battle with a mindset that says, I'm ready for whatever comes my way. And that's where it all begins. The warrior mindset starts with you. It starts with the decision to be unstoppable. It starts with the belief that no matter how difficult things get, you will keep moving forward. The power to succeed is in your hands. You just have to choose to use it. Chapter 2. Define what a warrior mindset really is. A warrior mindset is more than just a phrase or something you hear about in movies. It's the blueprint for a life that refuses to back down, a mindset that holds the key to unlocking your greatest potential. You may not realize it right now, but you have the power to shift your thinking, to step into this mindset and change the course of your life forever. But in order to truly understand and adopt a warrior mindset, you must first define what it really is. It's not just about being tough or having an unbreakable exterior. It's about how you approach every challenge, every opportunity, and every setback in your life. A warrior mindset is about discipline. It's about showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel, and committing to the work that will take you to your next level. It's about understanding that success doesn't come from luck or chance. It comes from daily actions, decisions, and sacrifices. This mindset forces you to push past the excuses and the distractions. It's not a mindset that accepts mediocrity. A warrior doesn't settle for good enough. They strive for greatness every day. But it's more than just hard work. A warrior mindset is about resilience. It's about getting up every time you fall, learning from your mistakes, and refusing to be defeated by obstacles. Life is going to throw punches. There will be days when you don't feel like moving forward. There will be days when the road is tough, and every step feels harder than the last. But the warrior doesn't stop. The warrior doesn't quit when things get hard. Instead, they find strength in those moments. They lean into adversity and use it as fuel for their fire. A warrior mindset teaches you that failure isn't the end. It's just a stepping stone toward your ultimate success. At its core, a warrior mindset is about taking ownership of your life. You stop blaming external circumstances for your struggles. You stop making excuses for why things aren't going the way you want them to. Instead, you recognize that the only thing standing between you and your goals is the person you see in the mirror. A warrior is responsible for their own actions. They know that if they want to change their life, they have to start with themselves. They take responsibility for their thoughts, their actions, and their decisions. You see, life is full of people who wait for things to happen. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or the perfect conditions. But warriors don't wait for anything. They create their own opportunities. They see a challenge and think, "This is my chance to grow." They understand that the world is not going to hand them anything. They have to go out and take what they want. That's what the warrior mindset is about, taking control of your own destiny, not leaving it in the hands of others or fate. If you want to develop a warrior mindset, it's crucial to understand that it's a lifestyle. It's a daily commitment to yourself. It's not something that just magically happens. It's something that you have to decide to embrace every day. You'll have to develop habits that align with your goals and your purpose. You'll need to make tough decisions, sacrifice comfort, and step outside of your comfort zone. But it's all worth it when you realize that every step forward brings you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. You also have to realize that this mindset isn't about being invincible. Warriors are strong, but they also face moments of doubt, moments of fear, and moments of vulnerability. The difference is that warriors don't let those moments define them. They don't let fear control them. Instead, they acknowledge it and keep moving forward anyway. They know that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. If you want to truly develop a warrior mindset, you need to understand that fear will come, but it doesn't have to stop you. You can use it as fuel to push harder, go further, and do more than you ever thought possible. Developing a warrior mindset also means sharpening your focus. The world is full of distractions, things that try to pull you away from your purpose. But a warrior knows how to block out the noise and stay focused on what really matters. When you have a warrior mindset, you can prioritize your time and energy on the things that will get you closer to your goals. You stop wasting time on things that don't contribute to your success. You get clear on your purpose, and you do whatever it takes to stay on course. That means saying no to distractions, cutting out negativity, and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. One of the most powerful aspects of a warrior mindset is how it helps you handle failure. Many people are terrified of failing. They see it as something to avoid at all costs. But warriors understand that failure is an essential part of growth. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. When you develop a warrior mindset, you'll no longer fear failure. Instead, you'll embrace it as a stepping stone on your path to success. You'll see failure not as something to run from, but as something to learn from. A warrior mindset also means embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you push yourself beyond your limits. It happens when you choose to do the hard things instead of taking the easy route. Warriors understand that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. They don't run from the hard work, they run toward it. They know that the struggle is where the strength is built. If you want to develop a warrior mindset, you have to be willing to face discomfort head-on. You have to choose the difficult path, even when it's not the easy one. Finally, developing a warrior mindset is about commitment. It's about deciding, once and for all, that you're going to give your best effort every single day. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about sticking to your plan, even when things aren't going as expected. A warrior doesn't quit because things get hard. They stay committed to their mission, no matter what. If you want to develop a warrior mindset, you need to commit to your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. You need to make that commitment to yourself, and then take the daily actions that align with that commitment. So let me remind you, you have everything you need to develop a warrior mindset. It's already inside of you. You just need to tap into it, decide to embrace it, and then commit to it every single day. When you adopt this mindset, you're not just preparing yourself to face challenges, you're preparing yourself to conquer them. You're preparing yourself to go after everything you want in life with unwavering focus, discipline, and resilience. You are stronger than you realize, and the warrior mindset is the key to unlocking that strength. It's time to stop waiting for things to get easier. It's time to start stepping into your power, taking control of your life, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. The warrior mindset is the foundation for that transformation. It's time to define it for yourself, live it every day, and watch as your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. The journey isn't easy, but the rewards are worth it. And it all starts with you making the decision to embrace the warrior mindset today. Chapter 3. Cultivate mental toughness. The greatest strength you can ever develop is the mental toughness to keep going when everything inside you is telling you to quit. Mental toughness is what separates those who just talk about their goals from those who actually achieve them. It's what turns ordinary people into extraordinary warriors. People who never give up, no matter how hard the journey gets. It's the resilience to push forward, to stay disciplined, and to face every challenge head-on with the confidence that you can overcome it. Without mental toughness, no amount of skill or talent will matter. But when you have it, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. You're not born with mental toughness. It's something you develop through hard work, commitment, and a willingness to push yourself beyond your limits. It's the ability to endure discomfort, to face setbacks without falling apart, and to stay focused on your goals even when the world tries to distract you. If you're serious about becoming unstoppable, you need to develop this quality in your own life. It won't come easily, but with time, effort, and the right mindset, you can build mental toughness that will carry you through even the toughest times. The first step in developing mental toughness is to change how you view challenges. You need to stop seeing obstacles as something that gets in the way of your success. Instead, start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face is a chance to prove to yourself that you're stronger than you think. It's a test of your ability to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. And with every challenge you overcome, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you next. So instead of avoiding obstacles, embrace them. When you face a challenge, remind yourself that it's an opportunity to show your mental strength. Developing mental toughness also means learning how to control your emotions, especially in tough situations. When things go wrong, it's easy to get angry, frustrated, or discouraged. But letting your emotions control you is a surefire way to lose your focus and lose momentum. Mental toughness requires emotional discipline. You need to learn how to keep your emotions in check, to stay calm under pressure, and to respond to challenges with a clear mind. This doesn't mean you shouldn't feel emotions. It means that you shouldn't let your emotions dictate your actions. You must become the master of your emotions, not the other way around. It's about being able to stay level-headed, even when everything around you seems chaotic. Another key component of mental toughness is the ability to endure discomfort. Success doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing yourself beyond what feels easy, from doing the hard things that others are too afraid to do. Mental toughness means choosing the path that's difficult, knowing that it's the only way to grow. It means waking up early, putting in the extra hours, and pushing through the fatigue, even when you'd rather rest. When you choose discomfort over comfort, you're building the strength you need to accomplish your goals. Part of this endurance comes from developing a strong sense of discipline. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It's the habit of showing up, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Mental toughness isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect mood to get started. It's about doing the work regardless of how you feel. You have to make it a non-negotiable part of your life. This is where the real magic happens. When you cultivate discipline, you're telling yourself that your goals are more important than your temporary feelings, and when you do that, you begin to create momentum. That momentum is what will carry you through tough times and keep you on track toward your success. A big part of mental toughness is learning how to recover from failure. Everyone faces failure at some point. It's not a matter of if, but when. And here's the thing, failure isn't the end of the road. It's a lesson, a valuable piece of feedback that tells you what you need to improve. When you fail, you don't need to quit or give up. Instead, you need to look at what went wrong, learn from it, and use that knowledge to do better next time. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail the most, but keep getting back up. They have the mental toughness to keep trying, to keep learning, and to keep improving until they get it right. You also need to develop a mindset that doesn't focus on the obstacles, but on the possibilities. It's easy to get stuck in negative thinking when things don't go as planned. You might start questioning whether you're good enough or whether it's even worth it. But the people who develop mental toughness don't waste time with self-doubt. They stay focused on the bigger picture. They keep their eyes on the prize, no matter how hard the journey may seem. The key to this is changing your internal dialogue. Instead of telling yourself that it's too hard or that you're not capable, tell yourself that you can handle anything that comes your way. When you shift your thinking, you shift your experience. And when you shift your experience, you make mental toughness a part of your everyday life. Another important factor in developing mental toughness is the people you surround yourself with. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly around people who are negative, lazy, or unwilling to push themselves, it will be much harder to develop mental toughness. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, resilient, and focused on growth, you'll start to adopt those same qualities. Look at your circle. Are they pushing you to be better? Are they challenging you to grow? Or are they holding you back? The people around you play a huge role in your mental toughness, so choose wisely. You also need to remember that mental toughness isn't just about surviving difficult times, it's about thriving through them. It's about looking at every setback, every challenge, and every failure as a chance to prove just how strong you really are. It's about adopting a mindset that sees every obstacle as an opportunity for growth. When you approach life this way, you begin to develop a resilience that allows you to take on anything that comes your way. And that resilience is what will carry you to success. Finally, mental toughness is about committing to yourself. You have to decide that you're not going to quit on yourself, no matter what. This commitment isn't just about making it through the hard times, it's about pushing yourself to be the best version of you every single day. You have to commit to your growth, your success, and your goals, and you have to commit to doing whatever it takes to achieve them. When you make that commitment, when you decide that you are worth the effort, you'll start to build the mental toughness that will help you achieve anything you set your mind to. Building mental toughness isn't easy. It takes time, effort, and a relentless commitment to yourself. But when you build it, you build a foundation that can withstand anything. You develop the strength to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. You become unstoppable, unshakable, and prepared to face any challenge head-on. And that's the key to success, the ability to stay in the fight, to keep pushing, and to never give up. Chapter 4. The importance of self-discipline. It's the bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to be. Without it, no dream becomes a reality. When you choose discipline, you choose consistency. You choose the grind. You choose the actions, the effort, and the sacrifices that will pay off when others have fallen off. This isn't a temporary thing. Discipline is a lifestyle. It's about showing up every day, regardless of how you feel, and doing the work that moves you closer to your goals. Here's the hard truth. Discipline is not something you can pick up when you feel like it. It's not an on and off switch. It's a habit that needs to be developed and nurtured. The world is full of distractions, and your goals will often seem so far out of reach. Without discipline, you'll never reach them. But when you cultivate it, you unlock the power to keep pushing, even when motivation runs out, when distractions start calling your name, and when it seems like no one's watching. Discipline is what drives you to show up when others don't, to keep going when everyone else has quit, and to stay focused when the world is pulling at your attention. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't rely on motivation. Motivation is powerful, yes, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes based on how you feel. Some days you'll feel fired up, ready to take on the world. But other days, you'll feel exhausted, unmotivated, or discouraged. Discipline doesn't care about feelings. It doesn't take days off. It's what you do when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early even when you'd rather sleep in. It's putting in the work even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's the commitment to your goals that doesn't waver, no matter how you feel. In order to develop discipline, you need to build a solid routine. Routines are powerful because they take the guesswork out of the day. When you have a routine, you don't have to wonder what you need to do next. You don't waste mental energy deciding what task to tackle or when to do it. You simply follow the plan you've laid out for yourself. And this isn't just any routine. It's a routine that's designed to move you toward your bigger goals. It's a routine that includes things that challenge you, that push you, that help you grow. When you're consistent with your routine, you develop momentum, and that momentum becomes the fuel that keeps you going, even when times get tough. The key to creating a routine that works is making sure that it includes things that matter most to you. What are the daily actions that will take you closer to your goals? What habits do you need to develop in order to achieve what you've set out to do? It's easy to get lost in the small, insignificant tasks that don't really move the needle. But if you want to make real progress, you need to focus on what truly matters. Make sure that your routine includes time for the things that move the needle for you, whether that's working on your skills, building your health, or developing a mindset that supports your success. When you prioritize what matters, you're building a life of purpose and discipline. In the beginning, building discipline might feel difficult. It's easy to fall back into old habits or procrastinate when the going gets tough. But that's the beauty of discipline. It's about doing it anyway. It's about pushing past the resistance and showing up when you don't want to. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. Just like any muscle, it strengthens over time, and the more you practice, the more it becomes second nature. It's like setting a foundation in your life. Once it's built, nothing can shake it. And as you continue to practice, you'll find that discipline becomes a part of who you are. It won't be something you have to force, but something you live. The truth is, discipline isn't just about doing the right things. It's about being the right person. You don't just want to be someone who shows up to work every day. You want to be someone who thrives on consistency, who thrives on doing the hard things even when they're uncomfortable. You want to be someone who doesn't need external motivation because you've developed a strong internal drive. This is the kind of person you must become if you want to achieve your biggest dreams. This is the level of discipline that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Discipline also requires self-awareness. You need to be honest with yourself about your weaknesses and your distractions. It's not enough to say that you want to be disciplined. You need to look at your habits, your environment, and your mindset. Are there areas where you're slacking off or letting yourself down? Do you allow distractions to pull you away from your goals? Are there things in your life that are draining your energy or keeping you from your potential? To develop discipline, you need to identify what's holding you back and take proactive steps to eliminate those things. This might mean getting rid of distractions, changing your environment, or setting boundaries with the people around you. It's not always easy, but the rewards are worth it. Another crucial aspect of discipline is learning to make sacrifices. Achieving your dreams requires trade-offs. You can't have it all at once. You have to choose what's more important in the moment. Sometimes it means saying no to short-term pleasures in order to invest in your long-term success. Sometimes it means sacrificing comfort for growth. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices if you want to build a disciplined life. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but those sacrifices are what will pay off in the long run. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who are willing to make those tough choices day after day. They understand that discipline isn't about instant gratification. It's about creating the future you want. To truly master discipline, you must develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that you can improve with effort and persistence. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles that hold you back. When you adopt a growth mindset, you start to see discipline as a tool for progress. Every time you choose discipline, you're building the person you want to become. You're getting closer to your goals, one decision at a time. And over time, this mindset will transform your life. You'll become someone who's not just disciplined but unstoppable. Discipline is the foundation of every success story. It's the key that unlocks your potential. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented, but they are the most disciplined. They are the ones who consistently put in the work, day in and day out, even when it's tough. They understand that success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about showing up, doing the work, and making consistent progress, no matter what. When you embrace discipline, you take control of your life. You stop waiting for motivation to strike. You create your own motivation, and with that motivation, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Chapter 5. Develop confidence in your abilities. Confidence is the foundation of everything you do. Without it, you'll always feel like you're playing catch-up, watching others succeed while you stay stuck. But with it, you become unstoppable. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's built one step at a time through action, mindset, and belief in yourself. Confidence is the key that unlocks your potential, allowing you to take risks, push past your limits, and achieve things you once thought were impossible. The good news, it's something you can develop, something you can work on, day in and day out. You don't need to wait for it to come to you. You can take charge and create it. Every time you accomplish something, no matter how small it may seem, you build your confidence. That's the magic of it. Confidence grows through your actions. It's about showing up, doing the work, and pushing through the fear and doubt that tries to hold you back. The more you take action, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable. And with every small victory, you gain more belief in yourself. It's like stacking small wins on top of each other, each one making the next one a little bit easier. Confidence isn't just about feeling good, it's about knowing deep down that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. But it's not just about action, it's about shifting your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes the life you create. When you believe in your abilities, when you believe that you're worthy of success, everything starts to shift. Your thoughts become aligned with your actions. Instead of doubting yourself, you start to move with purpose. You make decisions based on your potential, not your limitations. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but when you start seeing yourself as someone who can do great things, you'll start making choices that reflect that belief. You'll stop playing small, and you'll begin to go after what you truly want. It's important to understand that confidence is not arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. True confidence comes from knowing that you're enough, just as you are. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need validation from others to know that you're capable. Real confidence is the belief that you can handle challenges, that you can grow and improve, and that you can rise above any setback. It's not about comparing yourself to others or trying to be someone else. It's about embracing your unique strengths, talents, and experiences, and using them to move forward in your life. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when the negative voices in your head try to tell you that you're not good enough, or that you're not capable of achieving your goals. But here's the truth, those thoughts don't define you. The key to confidence is understanding that those doubts are just thoughts. They don't have power unless you give them power. You can't control the thoughts that come into your mind, but you can control which ones you choose to believe. The moment you stop accepting the self-doubt and start replacing it with positive, empowering beliefs, you begin to take control of your confidence. It's about making the decision that you will not let fear or doubt hold you back anymore. You're not perfect, and you don't have to be. You just have to be willing to take the next step, even when you're not sure what's on the other side. Building confidence also means stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay in the familiar, to stick to what you know, but that's not where growth happens. Confidence comes from pushing yourself to try new things, to take risks, and to embrace the unknown. It's about being willing to fail, and knowing that failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Every time you step into a new challenge, you learn more about yourself, and you grow stronger. The more you do this, the more you realize that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Confidence doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from taking bold action and trusting that you can figure things out, even when the path isn't clear. Another key to building confidence is taking responsibility for your life. When you take ownership of your actions, your choices, and your outcomes, you stop blaming others or making excuses. You realize that you're in control of your destiny. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy, or that everything will go your way, but it does mean that you have the power to change your situation. Confidence grows when you take full responsibility for your life, when you stop waiting for things to happen and start making them happen yourself. It's about taking charge of your decisions and refusing to let fear or external circumstances dictate your future. Confidence is also built through preparation. The more you prepare, the more you know that you've done everything in your power to succeed. When you feel unprepared, doubt creeps in, and you begin to question whether you're capable. But when you've put in the work, when you've invested in yourself, your confidence skyrockets. You know that you've done everything you can, and that gives you the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. Preparation takes many forms. It's not just about doing the work, but also about developing the mindset that you are fully capable and deserving of success. A powerful tool in building confidence is surrounding yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with have a huge influence on your mindset. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity or people who doubt your abilities, it will be much harder to build your confidence. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you, your confidence grows. You start to see yourself through their eyes, a person worthy of success, capable of achieving great things. The right people will challenge you to be your best, inspire you to take action, and remind you of your potential when you forget. If you want to build your confidence, take a close look at the people you're spending time with. Are they lifting you up or bringing you down? It's also important to understand that building confidence is a journey, not a destination. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but that's what makes the journey worthwhile. Every time you face a challenge and rise above it, you build your confidence. Every time you choose to push forward, even when things get tough, you prove to yourself that you're capable. Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about choosing to keep going, even when you don't feel like it, and knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goals. The more you work on building your confidence, the more you realize that it's not just about achieving success, it's about becoming the person you need to be to achieve that success. Confidence transforms you into someone who doesn't just dream, but who takes bold action, faces challenges head-on, and creates the life they want. And that's the true power of confidence. It's the fuel that drives you to turn your dreams into reality. Chapter 6. Overcome fear and doubt. They are signals. They show up when you're about to step outside of your comfort zone, when you're about to take on something bigger, something that will push you to grow. Most people view fear as something to avoid, something to run away from. But I want you to understand this. Fear is a natural part of the growth process. It's the signal that you're on the right path. You cannot avoid fear and doubt, but you can learn to control them, to use them as fuel, instead of letting them control you. The first step to overcoming fear and doubt is to acknowledge them. It's easy to pretend they don't exist, to shove them under the rug and hope they go away, but they won't. They'll resurface again and again until you face them head on. Understand that fear and doubt are simply thoughts. They are not facts. They are temporary. You don't need to let them take up residence in your mind. The key is to recognize them for what they are. Distractions. Fear and doubt want to keep you small. They want to keep you stuck where it's comfortable, where it's safe. But you're not here to play it safe. You're here to live fully, to push past your limits, and to reach your potential. So don't run from the fear. Use it as a stepping stone to move forward. There will be moments when fear feels overwhelming. It will try to tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, that you'll never make it. But listen closely. Those are just stories that your mind is telling you. They are not your reality. You are bigger than those thoughts. You are stronger than those fears. The only way to overcome them is to take action. When you're scared, take the next step anyway. When you doubt yourself, keep moving forward. Every time you push through fear, you build more courage, more strength, and more belief in yourself. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Now, it's not about pretending the fear doesn't exist. It's about learning how to deal with it. It's about taking control of the narrative. When fear and doubt show up, instead of shrinking back, tell yourself, I'm doing this anyway. The more you take action, the less power fear has over you. You build momentum, and with each victory, no matter how small, you create a snowball effect that grows stronger and stronger. It's not the absence of fear that creates success. It's your ability to keep moving in the face of fear that will set you apart. You need to remember that fear and doubt will always be there. It's part of the human experience. But how you respond to them is what matters. When you feel fear, don't let it stop you. Use it as a reminder that you're stepping into new territory. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you take on the challenges that scare you. And here's the thing, every time you do something you fear, it gets easier. The more you practice pushing through fear, the more confident you become. Eventually you'll reach a point where fear doesn't have the same hold over you. It becomes just another part of the process, a sign that you're on the right track. Another key to overcoming fear and doubt is to surround yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with can have a profound impact on your mindset. If you're constantly around negative, fearful people who doubt their own abilities, that energy will rub off on you. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who are positive, motivated, and supportive, their energy will lift you up. They will remind you of your potential when you start to doubt yourself. They will push you to take that next step, even when you're scared. The right people will challenge you to grow, to push past your comfort zone, and to face your fears head on. You don't have to do it alone. Find the people who will help you rise. I also want to remind you that fear and doubt are not signs that you're not meant for success. They don't mean you should quit. In fact, fear is often a sign that you're on the verge of something big, something life-changing. The biggest breakthroughs come when you face your fears, when you push through the doubts and keep going. You don't need to know exactly how things will work out. You just need to know that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. It's not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about taking action in spite of the uncertainty, in spite of the fear. So how do you move through fear and doubt? You move through it with courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act in spite of it. Courage is doing it anyway. Courage is trusting in your abilities, even when you don't feel fully ready. Courage is the fuel that powers you through those moments of doubt, and it's available to you every single day. You don't need to wait for the fear to go away. You just need to decide that you're going to keep moving forward, regardless of how you feel. And let's talk about self-doubt for a moment. We all have moments where we question ourselves, where we wonder if we're really capable of achieving our goals. Self-doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. When you feel self-doubt creeping in, remind yourself of all the times you've succeeded in the past. Think about the obstacles you've overcome, the challenges you've faced, and the progress you've made. You've already proven to yourself that you're capable. Self-doubt doesn't have to define you. It's just another emotion that can be managed. The key is to replace doubt with belief. You are worthy of success. You have what it takes to make it happen. And when you take action, you prove to yourself that you are more than capable. It's also important to practice self-compassion during these moments. Don't beat yourself up for feeling fear or doubt. It's a normal part of the process. Be kind to yourself and remember that progress isn't always linear. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. The key is to keep moving forward, even on the tough days. Don't let the fear or doubt stop you from taking action. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Overcoming fear and doubt is a process. It takes time, but with each step, you build resilience, strength and confidence. Fear and doubt will always be there, but they don't have to control your life. When you take action, when you face your fears head-on, you build the courage to keep moving forward. And with each victory, you prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. The power is in your hands. It's time to stop letting fear hold you back and start using it as fuel to propel you toward your dreams. Chapter 7. The Role of Focus and Persistence. Focus is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving your goals. If you want to accomplish anything of significance, you must learn how to concentrate your mind, direct your energy, and stay consistent. You see, the world is full of distractions. Every day, you're bombarded with messages, notifications, and endless opportunities to divert your attention. But let me tell you this, if you want to succeed, you have to master the art of focus. Focus is the superpower that will drive you toward your dreams and separate you from the masses. When you focus, you tap into an unlimited source of energy. The human mind is capable of extraordinary things, but it can only do so much at once. If you're scattered, juggling too many things, trying to be everywhere and do everything, you'll spread yourself thin. You'll exhaust yourself and accomplish little. Focus is about choosing where you direct your energy and where you spend your time. It's about saying no to the distractions and yes to the things that truly matter. If you can harness your focus, you can achieve things that others think are impossible. Now, focus isn't just about concentration, it's about clarity of purpose. To stay focused, you need to know exactly what you want and why you want it. Your goals have to be crystal clear. This isn't about vague, abstract dreams. This is about creating a concrete vision for your life. When you're clear about your goals, it's easier to filter out the noise and distractions. If you're unsure of your direction, everything will seem important, and your focus will be diluted. But when you have clarity, you know where you're going, and everything else becomes irrelevant. Every choice, every decision you make, aligns with your purpose. The next critical element in mastering focus is persistence. Focus is not a one-time effort. It's a daily commitment. You won't always feel motivated, and you won't always have the energy to keep going. But the power of focus lies in your ability to keep going, even when it's tough. Focus is about showing up every day, even when the path seems unclear or difficult. It's about staying committed, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Most people give up too soon. They lose their focus the moment things get hard. But if you can stay focused and keep pushing through, you will outlast the competition and achieve your goals. Distractions are everywhere, and they will try to pull you in 1,000 different directions. Your phone, social media, the news, the people around you, all of these things will attempt to steal your attention. But the true masters of focus are the ones who recognize distractions for what they are and choose to ignore them. One of the most powerful ways to do this is by setting boundaries. Boundaries help you protect your time and energy. They give you the space to do the work that truly matters. When you set boundaries, you stop giving your time and attention to things that don't align with your goals. You start saying no to the unnecessary and yes to what's important. Another powerful tool for focus is daily discipline. Discipline is the ability to make the right choices, even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to push through the hard days, to keep your eye on the prize, even when distractions seem enticing. Discipline and focus go hand in hand. You can have all the focus in the world, but without the discipline to follow through, it means nothing. Focus without discipline is like a fire without fuel. It burns bright for a moment and then fades. But when you combine focus with discipline, you create momentum. You build habits that move you closer to your goals every day. And let's talk about one of the biggest challenges to focus: multitasking. There's this myth in our society that multitasking is a skill to be proud of. People think that the more they can juggle, the more productive they are. But the truth is, multitasking kills focus. When you try to do too many things at once, you're dividing your attention and diluting the quality of your work. Your brain can only concentrate on one thing at a time. So if you want to be truly focused, you have to eliminate the temptation to multitask. Pick one thing, give it your full attention, and give it your best effort. You'll be amazed at how much more you accomplish when you stop trying to do everything at once. Focus isn't about just blocking out distractions, it's about creating an environment that fosters productivity. The environment you work in has a huge impact on your ability to focus. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. If you're constantly interrupted, your focus will be fractured. So take the time to set up an environment that supports your goals. Organize your workspace. Remove distractions. Create a routine that primes your mind for work. When you create a focused environment, you eliminate the external barriers to concentration, and you make it easier to focus on what matters. Another key to staying focused is managing your energy. You can't be focused if you're constantly tired or mentally drained. You need to take care of your body and mind. That means getting enough rest, eating properly, exercising, and taking breaks when necessary. The more energy you have, the more focus you'll have. You need to be intentional about managing your energy, just as you manage your time. Your energy is your most valuable resource, and when you protect it, you'll find that your ability to focus improves significantly. Remember, focus is not something you're born with. It's a skill you develop over time. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. The more you practice focus, the easier it becomes. Focus is something that can transform your life, but it's up to you to put in the work. It won't always be easy, and it won't always be fun, but the results are worth it. The more focused you become, the more you'll achieve, and the closer you'll get to the life you want. Focus is the driving force behind success. Without focus, you will struggle to reach your goals. But when you master focus, you unlock a power within you that can move mountains. It's time to stop letting distractions steal your time and energy. It's time to take control of your attention and direct it toward what really matters. The more focused you become, the more you'll accomplish, and the closer you'll get to your dreams. So take this message to heart. Focus on what you want, and the world will open up to you. The power of focus is in your hands. Don't let anything or anyone take it away from you. Keep your eyes on the prize, stay disciplined, and move forward with unwavering focus. The success you seek is waiting for you. Now go get it. Chapter 8. Build inner strength through challenges. Your ability to make decisions will define the life you live. Every day you are faced with hundreds of choices, small and large, that shape your future in ways you can't even fully comprehend. It's easy to overlook how important decisions are in the moment, but every choice you make compounds. The decisions you make today set the course for tomorrow, and tomorrow sets the course for your entire life. If you can understand the immense power of your decisions and learn how to make them with precision and confidence, you will become unstoppable. The best part is, it all starts with your mindset. When it comes to decision-making, most people operate on autopilot. They make decisions based on past habits, societal expectations, or emotional impulses. But successful people, the ones who truly achieve greatness, make decisions from a place of clarity and purpose. They know who they are, what they want, and why they want it. Their decisions are not influenced by outside distractions or fleeting emotions. They make decisions rooted in their long-term vision. Every single choice they make is aligned with their ultimate goal, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. It's crucial to understand that the quality of your decisions directly impacts the quality of your life. It's not about making a perfect decision every time, because perfection doesn't exist, but it's about making decisions with confidence, understanding, and intention. The more you understand about what you truly want, the easier it becomes to make decisions that move you closer to it. This clarity is the first step to taking control of your life. Without it, you're at the mercy of circumstances, pulled in different directions by everyone else's opinions, and unable to move forward. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the fear of making the wrong decision. We are all terrified of regret. We hesitate. We overthink. We look for assurances that we're making the right choice, often to the point of paralysis. But here's the truth. The more time you spend avoiding decisions, the longer you delay your progress. Every second you spend overthinking or second-guessing is a moment lost. Successful people don't waste time. They make decisions, and they act on them quickly. They know that no decision is perfect, and they understand that even mistakes are opportunities for growth. The key is making a decision and committing to it, even when it feels uncertain. The best part about decision-making is that it's a skill you can develop. Like anything else, the more you practice it, the better you get. Start by making small decisions quickly and confidently. Whether it's what to eat for lunch, how to spend your evening, or which project to prioritize at work, Practice making decisions without overthinking them. As you grow more comfortable with making smaller decisions, you'll build the confidence needed to make bigger, more significant choices. Over time, your decision-making muscle will strengthen, and it will become easier to trust yourself and make choices with clarity. But don't be fooled. Making decisions is not just about speed or gut instinct. It's about being strategic and intentional. Successful decision makers don't just go with their gut. They gather the information they need, weigh the options, and make an informed choice. They understand the potential consequences of their decisions, and they take full responsibility for them. When they make a decision, they don't look back. They don't second-guess or play the what-if game. They commit to their choice and adjust course only when necessary. This ability to take decisive action and move forward without hesitation is one of the key factors that separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The other important thing to remember is that decisions are not made in isolation. Every choice you make affects the people around you, your environment, and even your future self. This is why it's so important to approach decision-making from a place of integrity. Your decisions should be aligned with your values and your vision for your life. If you consistently make decisions that are aligned with who you are and what you want to become, your life will begin to unfold in ways that reflect that. If you're not aligned with your true self, your decisions will create friction and resistance, and life will feel harder than it needs to be. Another critical element in decision-making is the ability to take risks. It's easy to play it safe, to take the comfortable, predictable route, but growth only happens when you step outside of your comfort zone and take calculated risks. Risk doesn't mean being reckless. It means making decisions that challenge you and push you toward your goals. Every great success story involves a moment when someone took a risk and made a decision that felt uncertain at the time but paid off in the end. To grow, you must be willing to make decisions that may not have an immediate payoff, but will lead you to greater opportunities down the road. As you develop your decision-making skills, you'll start to notice something remarkable. You'll become more confident in yourself and your abilities. Confidence comes from the repeated practice of making decisions and seeing the positive results that come from them. When you consistently make good decisions, your belief in your ability to shape your future grows stronger. And this confidence becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more confident you are in your decisions, the better your decisions will be, and the more success you will experience. But let's be clear, your decisions will not always be perfect, and that's okay. Perfection is not the goal. The goal is progress. The goal is to learn from your mistakes, course correct when necessary, and keep moving forward. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who make the fewest mistakes. They are the ones who make decisions quickly, learn from those decisions, and keep improving. They don't let fear of failure or regret hold them back. They know that the key to success lies in the willingness to make decisions, take action, and keep going, no matter what. Finally, never forget that every decision you make is an opportunity to grow. Your decisions define the life you lead. The moment you take control of your decision-making, you take control of your future. You stop letting life happen to you, and you start creating your life by design. This is the power you have. Use it wisely. Trust yourself, trust the process, and know that your decisions, no matter how big or small, will lead you to the life you deserve. Chapter 9. Take full responsibility for your life. You have one life, and it's unfolding right now, in every decision, in every action you take, and in the thoughts you allow to shape your reality. The truth is, you are the creator of your own destiny. It's not about waiting for opportunities to come to you. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts those opportunities by showing up every day with purpose, vision, and relentless drive. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it starts with one simple yet profound realization: you are the one who decides. The life you want to live begins with the way you show up in the world, and the way you show up begins with your mindset. Mindset is everything. It's not just a buzzword or some feel-good idea that people talk about in motivational speeches. It's the fundamental lens through which you view the world, the filter through which all your decisions, actions, and experiences pass. It's your mindset that dictates whether you see opportunities or obstacles, whether you believe in your ability to succeed or sabotage yourself before you even start. The truth is, the people who achieve greatness are the ones who develop the right mindset. They are the ones who understand that nothing is impossible. They believe that success is not reserved for a select few, but available to anyone who is willing to do the work, to think differently, to act with purpose. This might sound easy to say, but let's get real for a moment. If it were easy, everyone would be living their best life, right? But the truth is, most people never reach their full potential because they don't believe they can. They don't believe they are capable of greatness, and because of that, they settle. They allow self-doubt and fear to dictate their actions, and as a result, they live a life that's much smaller than what they are truly capable of. But you can change that. Right now, you have the ability to shift your mindset and start showing up as the person you know you can be. The most successful people in the world aren't smarter than you. They don't have a magic formula. What they do have is an unshakable belief in themselves and a commitment to mastering their thoughts. They have learned that their mindset is the foundation upon which everything else is built. And once you understand this, it becomes impossible to ignore. Your mindset is the key to unlocking everything you desire. It's your thoughts that determine your actions, and your actions that determine your results. You have to control your thoughts, because if you don't, your thoughts will control you. And when your thoughts control you, they keep you from moving forward. Think about the last time you were about to take on something challenging. Did you immediately start thinking about how hard it would be? How you might fail? How it might not work out? If so, you weren't alone. Most people's default mindset is rooted in fear and doubt. They immediately focus on the negatives, on the worst-case scenario. But here's the thing, success is built on taking risks. It's about stepping into the unknown with a mindset that expects success, that anticipates growth, and that is ready to face challenges head-on. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment, because they understand that the perfect moment is an illusion. They take action, even when things aren't perfect, and they trust the process. It all starts with your thoughts. Every action, every decision, and every moment of progress begins with a thought. If you want to change your life, you need to start by changing your thinking. You need to identify the beliefs that are holding you back, the limiting beliefs that tell you you're not good enough, that you're not capable, that you can't achieve your dreams, and replace them with empowering beliefs that drive you forward. This doesn't happen overnight, but every time you challenge those limiting beliefs, you create space for new, more empowering ones to take root. The key to this is self-awareness. You have to be aware of the stories you're telling yourself. You have to be conscious of the thoughts that run through your mind, especially when you're faced with challenges. Are those thoughts empowering you, or are they holding you back? When you catch yourself thinking thoughts that are limiting or self-sabotaging, you have a choice. You can either let those thoughts control you, or you can consciously choose a new thought, one that propels you toward your goals, one that helps you rise above your circumstances. The moment you make the decision to change your mindset is the moment your life begins to change. It's not the big dramatic moments that make a difference, it's the small daily decisions. It's the moment when you decide to believe in your potential instead of doubting it. It's the moment when you choose courage over fear, when you choose action over procrastination. Every decision you make, every thought you entertain, is either bringing you closer to the life you want or further away from it. The power to change your life lies within you. It always has. But let's not sugarcoat this process. Changing your mindset isn't always easy. It requires consistency, discipline, and a willingness to face the uncomfortable truth that you might be standing in your own way. It's easy to blame the circumstances around you, to point fingers at external factors that you feel are holding you back. But the truth is, the only thing that stands between you and your goals is the way you think about yourself and your potential. Once you take ownership of your thoughts and your mindset, you take control of your future. Here's the secret. The people who succeed aren't the ones who don't face challenges or obstacles. They're the ones who keep going despite the obstacles. They're the ones who learn how to use their setbacks as fuel for their success. They don't let failures define them. They use them as stepping stones toward their next victory. And the beautiful thing is, you can do this too. Your challenges are not barriers. They are opportunities for growth. When you shift your mindset, you start to see problems not as roadblocks, but as chances to grow, to learn, and to improve. Mindset is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's what gives you the resilience to keep going when things get tough. It's what keeps you focused on your vision, even when the road gets rough. And the best part is, it's completely under your control. You can choose today to start thinking differently, to start believing in your power, and to take action from a place of confidence and purpose. The more you cultivate the right mindset, the more your life will transform. And when you step into your full potential, there's nothing stopping you from achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. Your mindset shapes everything. It's the foundation upon which your success is built. It's time to take control of your thoughts, to elevate your mindset, and to start living the life you were always meant to live. You have the power. It's time to believe it. And once you do, nothing will be able to stand in your way. Chapter 10. Your warrior mindset starts today. You have the power to transform your life starting today, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. This moment is where change begins, and every second you hesitate, every moment you doubt yourself, you're allowing life to pass you by. But here's the good news. You have everything you need to create the life you desire. It's all about shifting your focus from the things that hold you back to the things that will move you forward. You see, success is not an accident, and neither is failure. They are both the results of consistent action, the direct product of your thoughts and your decisions. The life you want, the life you dream about, is closer than you think, but it starts with one decision, one realization that you are in control. Think about it for a moment. You are the sum total of every decision you've made up until this point. Every action, every thought, every habit has led you to where you are now. And if you're not happy with where you are, then it's time to make new decisions. It's time to choose a new path, a path that's aligned with the person you know you're capable of becoming. But here's the catch. You won't change by wishing for it. You won't change by waiting for the stars to align or for someone else to change first. You will change when you decide to take massive action, when you decide to take ownership of your life, and when you decide that enough is enough. The first step in this journey is understanding that there is no magic trick, no secret formula that will instantly make everything fall into place. It's all about consistency, discipline, and the courage to keep going even when things get tough. Life will test you, it will challenge you. But it's in those moments of challenge that you discover who you really are. Success is not about avoiding difficulty, it's about embracing it and pushing through. It's about seeing obstacles not as something that stands in your way, but as something that will help you grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never face adversity, they're the ones who keep moving forward in spite of it. So many people make the mistake of thinking that once they hit a certain milestone or achieve a certain goal, they'll finally be happy. They think that once they reach that level of success, everything will be perfect. But here's the truth. Happiness doesn't come from reaching a destination, it comes from the journey. It comes from the growth, the daily victories, the moments when you push yourself to become better than you were yesterday. Success is not about the end result, it's about who you become along the way. It's about the person you have to grow into in order to accomplish your dreams. This is where most people miss the mark. They focus too much on the destination and not enough on the process. They set a goal, they chase it, and when they achieve it, they think they'll be happy. But happiness is not something that comes when you get what you want, it's something you create along the way. And the way to create happiness is by showing up every day, by being consistent, by committing to your vision, and by staying focused on what matters. When you live with purpose, when you live with intention, you'll find that every step of the journey is rewarding. Even the hard days, the days when you want to quit, those are the days that shape you into the person you need to be. One of the biggest things that hold people back from achieving their dreams is fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of what others will think. But the truth is, fear is not the enemy, it's the signal that you're on the right track. Fear means you're growing. It means you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and into new territory. And every time you face fear and move forward anyway, you become stronger, more confident, and more capable. Fear only has power over you if you allow it to. The moment you decide that you're not going to let fear dictate your actions, you take back your power. The moment you realize that fear is just a feeling, not a fact, you can push through it and keep moving toward your goals. The road to success is not a straight line. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be fast. But what's important is that you keep going, that you stay committed to your vision, even when things don't go as planned, that you understand that setbacks are just setups for comebacks. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to get better. It's only when you stop trying, when you stop putting in the effort, that failure truly becomes final. As long as you keep going, as long as you keep pushing, you will eventually succeed. But success doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you take ownership of your life, when you decide that you are going to show up every day and do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. It happens when you stop making excuses and start making progress. It happens when you understand that the key to your success is not in the external circumstances, but in how you respond to those circumstances. Life will always throw curveballs, but you have the choice to swing for the fences or stand on the sidelines. The winners are the ones who take the bat and swing, no matter what. If you want to succeed, you have to take responsibility for your actions. Stop blaming the world, stop blaming others, and stop blaming yourself. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the person in the mirror. Once you own that, once you realize that your future is in your hands, everything changes. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can take the steps you need to take. You are the only one who has the power to change your life. And the moment you take full responsibility for your future is the moment that success starts to become inevitable. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to continue living the same way you have been, making excuses and waiting for things to change? Or are you going to step up, take control, and start creating the life you deserve? The choice is yours. Every single day, you have the opportunity to make a decision that will change your life forever. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop wishing. It's time to take action. Because the truth is, the only way to get where you want to go is to start moving. And once you start moving, there's nothing that can stop you.